Okay, so welcome. Okay, we'll begin now. We're gonna be doing writing. This would be writing practice two. Okay. I'm hoping others will join here shortly. But if not, we'll practice together. Okay. So this is gonna be part of the first essay that we're gonna see together. We're gonna analyze it and we're gonna see what we can write about. Okay, Valeria, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Okay, so the instructions here for this essay are for this task, you will write an essay in response to a question that asks you to state, explain, and support your opinion on an issue. Typically, an effective essay will contain a minimum of 300 words. The quality of your writing includes the development of your ideas, the organization of your essay, and the quality and accuracy of the language you use to express your ideas. So you will have 30 minutes to plan and complete your essay. Of course, we're going to analyze it first together, and then those 30 minutes will be given. So this is you know the topic. So some parents uh, forbid young children from owning smartphones, cell phones with internet access, while others disagree and develop that they are important tools for keeping in touch. Which point of view do you think is better and why? Right? So we're going to use our own point of view or one of each, either or we agree or disagree. Okay. So welcome Pablo. So we're going to analyze this. Okay. Some parents forbid young children from owning smartphones while others disagree and believe that they are important tools for keeping in touch. Which point of view do you think is better and why? Okay. So I did get your guys' essay. We can the one we did the first practice. We'll analyze maybe one or two at the end. And so but first let's look at this. Okay, so let's go through what we can get together from it.
Okay, our question about cell phones, about smartphones specifically, is something that probably everybody has some opinion about. You probably have a quick answer.
Excuse me, we can hear the audio.
I'm sorry, you can't hear the lecture?
Yes, we can't.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get that ready. Huh. Okay. Shows that you are, but let me see 1 second. I'll start it over again. All right. Just let me Yeah, let me know if you do, okay? Real quick.
Okay, our question about cell phones, about smartphones specifically, is something that probably everybody has some opinion about. You probably have a quick answer of yes or no, or right or wrong for this question,
Can you?
but you might not immediately have reasons. So the first thing you should do is think about your reasons. That is, plan your essay, because you do not want to start writing and then realize you don't know what to say next. When you do that, often you go back and you delete and you rewrite things. We don't want to delete and rewrite. We only want to write it once, because length is important. So you don't want to spend time deleting. Instead, first, you make an outline a little bit like mine. Now, my outline here is a little long, but let's just take a look at what I'm saying. Here is basically a thesis. This is my main point. I'm going to create one sentence in my essay which states this idea, that phones cause problems for children during school and after school. And then I have 3 reasons. Reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. And those 3 reasons can each be 1 paragraph of my essay. Now, keep in mind, a good essay should be 5 paragraphs, or possibly 4 paragraphs. That's also okay. 4 paragraphs is good. That is an intro paragraph, which will include my thesis, and then my first body paragraph, second body paragraph, possibly third body paragraph, and then a conclusion. And my introduction, or sorry, my outline shows that structure of intro, body, body, body. Now, I could actually say many things about these. I am just keeping my notes short by writing only a few words. And in fact, we could make it much shorter. Now, this looks more like real notes for your test. This says the same thing. Problems in school and after school. Just like we saw a moment ago. Phones cause problems during school and after. But this is shorter. This will be a full thesis when I actually write my essay. But when I'm outlining, I want to go quickly. So I write things very short and fast like this. Because the phones are distracting, and they can be difficult or distracting when students should do homework, because phones are expensive, and because maybe they are unhealthy. Now, my actual essay, you'll see below this video, this sample essay is under the video, and it goes through these 3 main points. Now, take a look at that essay and remember that there is no correct answer. You can have some very different ideas, some very different opinions, but you should have a similar structure. A good essay will have that clear opinion, the thesis, the main sentence which says yes or no, right or wrong, black or white, up or down. And then it will give 3 clear reasons, or 2 clear reasons, in a specific structure, in a readable structure of intro, body, body, conclusion. You'll also have actual examples and details to explain those reasons. So you need to make concrete, real-world statements talking about real people, real events, clear, real things. If you only talk about the general ideas, if you only talk about the abstract ideas, then your essay will be much more difficult to understand and more difficult to read. It's always easier if you give specific examples and clear details. But what's more, you need to make connections between those. You need to show how those specific examples relate to the more general reasons. So my reasons are, say, for example, money. Okay, well, my reason is that phones are expensive. Now I need to talk about why that's actually important and talk about specific details about that. Phones can be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and children often break things that they own because they are young and they are clumsy. So breaking $100 phone or a $300 phone isn't worthwhile. For that reason, maybe students should not have smartphones because they're too expensive for children. Okay, in that case, in that example, I talked about the general reason of money and then the specific example of how much money and breaking phones. And then I came back and connected again to the general ideas. In order to do that, in order to make those connections, transition words like, for example, for instance, however, on the other hand, specifically, words like that connect different ideas. So you need to use those transition words and phrases in your essay. And more than that, you have to use advanced English. This is a little bit hard to define, but long and short sentences, different types of sentences, different structures, idioms and advanced vocabulary. So natural English, like native speakers use. That is the more difficult vocabulary and some phrases that are similar to real native speaking English. And few errors. By the way, complicated sentences and few errors. If you need to choose between these, if you try to make complicated sentences but you create many errors, then it's better to go for the simple sentences. Errors are more noticeable than complexity of sentences. When readers read through the essay, they might not notice the complexity of the sentence as much as they will notice the errors. So these errors are more important. You want to get fewer errors, but try to create some longer, more complicated sentences too. You need all of those parts for the highest scores, 4 or 5 out of 5. Okay, our question about cell phones, about...
Okay, so we're gonna read the sample essay together. Okay, so I'll ask for one of you guys. Pablo, are you there? Can you read the first two paragraphs, please?
Yes. It's a some. In my opinion, it's absolutely the wrong idea for parents to allow their children to have smartphones. They are immensely distracting, expensive, and unhealthy. Cell phones have the power to distract young students from schoolwork. Rather than paying attention in class, students try to sneak opportunities to play on their phones. Instead of thinking about the schoolwork, they obsessively text each other and try to check sites like Facebook. These sites times away from a value studying. This is a problem both during school and afterwards, when youngers should be working on their homework.
All right. So, second paragraph, I mean the third paragraph, Valeria, can you please?
At the same time, smartphones can be extremely costly. Many plans require parents to pay abusively high monthly rates. At times, these rates can climb even higher if children use too much data due to things like downloading songs on the internet rather than wasting money on a phone. Parents should use the funds on better causes like tutors for their children or a home computer on which supervised learning can take place.
Okay, good. Thank you. Guillermo, next paragraph, please.
Finally? Sorry. It's finally, yes. Sorry, I got a little.
Yes, this one.
Finally, a smartphone can be dangerous for young children. We are still unsure medically that the long-term effects of exposure to cell phones are, particularly on vulnerable groups such as children. It will be better to save than sorry. The less exposure children have to potential toxins, the better. At the same time, kids are sometimes targeted on social media sites by dangerous strangers. If parents allow young children to have smartphones, it may be difficult to protect them in the long term from these kinds of threats, or for this
All right.
kind of threats.
Thank you. All right, Andres, the last paragraph, please. Andres Garcia, are you there? Okay. All right. Well, I'll read the last paragraph. Um, so let me know whenever you're back on, Andres. So while other children may sometimes need them to stay in touch while their parents with their parents due to their many obligations outside the house after school, there is little cause for younger children to own them. Parents should encourage their children to read and think on their spare time, developing their minds. Smartphones are unhelpful when it comes to the goal. Okay. So, was everyone able to understand this essay? Was the information transmitted well transmitted? The examples, um, was the opinion of who wrote this gave his message to you guys. Do you guys agree? Were you able to catch maybe the what we call um words that show that the person knows advanced English? You know, what do you guys think? Any comments on those questions that I just asked?
In the structure of the
Yes. 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 What do you think? Was he able to transmit his information well? His opinion on it?
well, I don't know if he or she use advanced English. It's a complete terms. Even for Spanish, I don't know what is advanced Spanish or not, and it's my first language. But I think that the information is clear. I mean, it's obviously that, well, in the first sentences it says that it's absolutely the wrong idea for parents to allow children to have smartphones. And third paragraph, you have, well, an idea, an example. Second paragraph, an idea, example. And finally, where metaphors can be dangerous for children, an idea,
Mhm.
well, all the examples. Well, I think that the way that the information is presented it's very clear.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. He did transmit everything pretty well. Uh, what would you, I mean? What I would say is advanced English would be probably like the word Facebook. One of them. Why? Because it's known now, right? It's advanced. It's used today. Things that we use, words that we use would be considered, you know, um, part of the vocabulary that is used now. You know, smartphones. Things that are common. You know, I don't know, maybe computers. Type of maybe potential toxins. Words that show that the person it knows the language like up to date. You know, so that's what it would mean. For advanced English. Okay, so yes, he used those words. Um, okay, well now let's consider how you guys are going to plan your essay. Okay, based on that same topic here. So you guys are gonna write, plan, okay, your essay for the next 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions based on it, I did get you, like I mentioned, I did get your email, your essays on my email. They're really good. I'll send you a message individually on maybe something that you can work on the next essay. So good job on that. Okay, so for the next following minutes, so prepare your essay for this point of view. All right. Me personally, I think that this essay, um, it's pretty well. I agree that um, phones that should not be given to younger children. Like maybe depends on the age or the reason, but I agree with what he wrote on the essay. But you guys can write about your own opinion. Okay. So I'll stop here. And with that, if you had, like I said, if you have any questions, I'll be here. So let me just put the timer up.
Sorry, how many words? Like 300? It's okay, man.
Yes, 300 words is what they're looking for. All right, you guys are set for 30 minutes. Okay, you guys almost done?
Yes, almost.
Almost.
Practice practice the timing as well. I mean, it counts as, the time will give you. So as long as you can write it 300 words in 30 minutes based on what you're going to be writing about, that's going to be good, for you guys. Um, Finishing it before is more helpful. It gives you time to read and make sure that you have everything right. Your essay. All right, real quick, I'm just going to share Pablo's essay. He wrote it was really good. I like, how he structured it. As an example, if it's okay with you, Pablo.
Sorry, teacher, what do you say?
I said I'm going to share just your essay if it's okay with you,
Oh,
with the
no
class.
problem.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem, teacher.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You did pretty well. You're pretty good. You guys did good as well. Okay, just want to share. So here is his essay. So he says, moving from your hometown into adulthood is the best decision you can make in your life. There are some reasons, for do it when you have the chance and energy. You become more responsible, independent, and mature as an adult. We have responsibilities, and one of them is to work for maintain our expenses. When I turned 18, I finished the school. I had to work for paying my food, which it was not very high as single. Sooner I realized that was not saving enough money like I wish. So I think in something for resolve it. At that time, my friend contacted me from the U.S. He told me about his life and experience working as a seller in a company in California. When I heard that, I could not believe what he was saying. He can afford a comfortable apartment in a beautiful neighborhood. He has vacations and the latest furniture. Even though he has a normal salary, he can afford a good car and vacations. I'm sure you probably mean car. Yeah. Okay, back to that time. I took the best decision of my life, which it was moving from my neighborhood, my hometown, to California with my friends. Or my friend. As time goes, I find a very good job in this supermarket administration. I bought my own car, and now I am planning my future vacations. My life has changed when I moved from the small city from the small city I used to live, because in the large metropolis there is large changes to develop our abilities and skills. As a phrase said, big cities, big opportunities. You know, that would count as, advanced English, as a phrase well known. So in addition, I can share my life experience with my friends that they are still in their hometowns, and encourage them to move from away for sake a better life. That would be seek a better life. Okay, so that was just an example, you know, of one of you guys' essay. So we can become better, as it goes, as you practice. But very well done, Pablo. All right, so now
Thank you, teacher.
we're gonna conclude with that. Okay, I'll send my email again to in the chat. Once you guys are done, you can send it to me. All right. All right. So I'll just pose this last question for all you guys, and I'll be off for today. I hope you guys have an excellent week. Week, and we'll see you in the following class.
Hi, teacher.
Hey, teacher.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you.